first, I think we should start at the beginning. Explain what you mean by self-realization.
You see, within us is placed the reflection of God Almighty, which is the self, which is the spirit, which is placed in your heart. Now, when Christ or anybody has said that you are to be born again, it was not any artificial sort of a baptism, but it was a real happening within us of a power which is placed in the sacrum bone to rise and to get you connected with the whole. So this is what, when it happens, then you become actually first connected to the spirit, which is connected to the whole. And that's how you get connected with the whole primordial being. That was the thing.
Do you have to understand yourself first?
Me, myself, no.
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 You just...
I knew it.
But if somebody at home watching wants to, what's the first step? What should you do?
It is spontaneous. It is not mental projection. It just happens automatically. It's something like a candle which is not yet enlightened can be enlightened by another light or another enlightened candle. It's just like that. So you don't have to do anything. You are just ready. If they put their hands towards me even now, just watching me, they will start feeling after some time a kind of a cool breeze in their hand blowing. And that is the thing that has happened.
Okay, what do you suggest? What should they do? Oh,
just put your hands towards me like this. Now you are a very hard-working lady and futuristic. So your right hand is more active and the left less. So what you have to do is to put left up there and the right will start working. Now another thing you have to do is to forgive people.
Well, yes, I know that.
You must forgive. And that's the thing is lacking a little bit. You must forgive. Because it is a myth. When we say we don't forgive, what do? We really torture ourselves, don't we? The other person whom we don't forgive doesn't feel anything bad about it. On the contrary, we are playing into the hands of that person, isn't it? So it's a myth. So just you have to forgive, and then you start feeling the cool breeze in the hand. That's the all-pervading power. You started, yes.
And people at home, what will they feel?
They would also feel the same way. They'll also feel the cool breeze coming out of their heads. That's what happened.
Well, not in this room, but oh, yes.
Yes, it's there. It's coming from within.
Try that. Try that at home.
It happens.
It's really there. Ooh, this is spooky. But, all right, so, but how do you use it? All right, so say...
So now you have become the spirit. Now you manifest your own power. Like the gentleman who was here before was saying, I must know myself. But you don't know who you are, what you are. Now by this, now you will know that you are made up of a very fine instrument within yourself. And you have got 7 very subtle centers, you see, which work out in 2 ways. First of all, you will know what's the problem with you, because on your fingertips you will start feeling the problem, and I can decode it by saying that there are 7 centers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 centers, all right? And on this hand the same way. Now this is the hand of emotional side, and this is the hand of your mental and your physical side. Now if you have any physical problem, you can feel it on your fingertips. Now if you know how to solve it, it's all right, any disease, anything, are nothing but the permutations and combinations of these centers going to the extremes or being exhausted or some sort of a damage done to these centers. But when this force rises, she nourishes them. Is the mother, is the feminine within us, which rises and which nourishes, which soothes, which gives you that peace.
Well, let's take this a little more practically, okay?
Yeah.
All right, I've had a little bit of a kidney problem.
You have, I know. I was about to say.
Well, all right, what would I do about that?
It's very simple. You see, you put your hands like this towards me now. You see, your kidney problem comes from the center called Swadhisthana. Now you'll feel a little bit here. If you see, even you can see, virtually, see, this looks healthy. This doesn't look that healthy. Don't you see so? And
what am I looking for?
You see, you are looking for, you feel a little, see this swelling, and you feel a little heat there. Do you feel a little heat when you are getting the cool breeze?
Yes.
So that's the heat, that's suggestive.
Heat is there.
Now this also is suggestive. Even this kidney is not alright, but this center deals with the kidney and other organs like liver. It deals with your pancreas, with your spleen, and part of your intestines, uterus also. So you see, you must know how to make them out. Now what you have to do is to, at this center, is a deity, what we call is the creator. The creator is sitting on this one. So you have to request the creator that he should now cure you. That's what we call as the mantras. Now, because now you are connected, you can ask. Before that,
is it basically just asking God?
yes, of course, of course. It's the aspect of God.
Is it just like saying a prayer?
Of course, but when you say a prayer, you are not connected. Now you are connected. Now you should know where are which deities are placed, where is Christ, where is Moses, where is Abraham. All of them are placed within ourselves. And how they denote here. Now you are connected, and now if you ask, they help you. And that's how you cure people without much trouble.
One thing I wasn't quite sure of, how was I connected?
Because now the thing has started blowing in your hand. That is the proof now here.
Oh, because I believed.
Yes, no. There's nothing to believe. It is within you, that power. It is all spontaneous. It rises. It's a living process of a living God. That's all. You have to become that. You see, this is not a mental projection. Like now the women think that if they become the men, they'll be all right. A men think they have to become the women. It's all pendulum moving like this. Actually, in your spiritual ascent, you move spirally. At a higher level, you come up. And that higher level is where you become the spirit. And you become, where you become a different personality, it's a transformation. But in the beginning, you have to go slow, establish it, understand it. Then you start manifesting your own powers.
Okay, well, say tomorrow, you'll be gone tomorrow. What do I do to get it back?
All right. Now for that we have a center here in Los Angeles, luckily. I've been here twice now. I came in 1970, but they wouldn't listen to me. They said I must take some money, how many Rolls Royces I've got, all sorts of things, you see. That was amazing.
I know, yes. Shri Mataji does not ask for any money at all.
How can you pay? What can you pay? Just now it happened to you. How much will you pay me for this? It's absurd, isn't it? It's a living process. You don't pay any money to the Mother Earth for sprouting a seed, do you? It's absurd, it's illogical, but I don't know why people are so much enamored by that. It's a thing, they think they can purchase a guru, they can purchase God, they can organize God. We have to be humble.
We have to be humble, yes. That's important. And you, well, that means don't always put yourself first, right?
Yes, you must
do for others.
Ask. You just ask for it. You have to just ask for it. It works out. But before this, if you try to do, say, for example, like a missionary work or anything, it is all outside. And it drops out in no time. But now, supposing people say, Mother, thank you very much for curing me, and so I just laugh. Because, you see, this is just like my finger being sick, all right? Who is the other? Now, my finger is sick, so I rub my own finger, and there's no obligation. Neither I feel they should feel obliged, because if you are part and parcel of me, nobody's the other. Because you become collectively conscious. You become, again I say, it's an actualization. It is not just talking. It just happens to you. Because you are just ready, you get it.
Okay. I read an article where you told the reporter not to think so much. Do Americans tend to think too much?
Oh, too much. Too much they think. But it stops. Because, you see, a thought rises and falls off. Another thought rises and falls off. Either you live in the past or in the future, more futuristic. Americans are more futuristic, but some can live with the past and some can live with the future. Now, in between that thought, there's a little gap. And that gap widens when this force rises. And you stay in the present. And then the dynamism of the present you see. You see the whole thing, just like a new dimension within you. And you start enjoying every part of it.
Well, it's fascinating. I don't know that we really were able to cover it. To say enough for people to really understand.
It's a very wide subject.
It is.
And I must have spoken at least 1,000 lectures must be there in London, and so many thousands. But the main thing is, once you become that, you become yourself the knowledge.
Yes.
You yourself know everything. Like I was once traveling with a gentleman on a bullock cart, and the fellow was just uneducated, and he started talking like a prophet, like a saint. I was so surprised. The whole knowledge was within him. He started saying like that.
Well, thank you very much for being with us.
May God bless you. Thank you very much.
We're going to give you an address if you would like further information. Here's where you can write for Shri Mataji. It's a rather interesting concept to think that we have a lot of power within ourselves to heal ourselves and to solve our own problems. And I think that's basically, what we were saying here. But thanks so much for being with us tonight. Remember, until next time, the only real success is living the life which you've imagined. Good night.